Aloha, everybody. Welcome to On the Porch, Savage Island Social Network, the longest virtual gathering of Hawaiians and Hawaiians at heart. We've been doing this for more than 18 months now, and none of us went to the bathroom yet. So, this is except Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer did go. And you was gone, Wiedemeyer, you was gone way too long. We're not going to ask why, but
No ask.
no ask.
That's why we have full cheeks.
Welcome back, everybody, and so good to see everyone over here on the porch. Gathering every Monday night, 8 p.m. Pacific time. And, all of us over here are on Pacific time, except Stanley. Stanley Gomes is on his own time.
There you go.
He has, it's Wailuku time.
There you go.
Hey, somebody remodeled their porch.
And I remodeled the porch. Thank you for noticing. It's been so hot. I had to run the fans over here just to keep it cool. So I had to remodel my porch a little bit.
They're not moving.
I don't know, if I can stay stuck.
Yeah, stuck.
Yeah, look, it's not moving.
Yeah, it's not moving because according to Edison, it says if you turn your electricity off or low usage between 4 and 9 o'clock, you get reduced rate. So I figure I make the fans real slow. I had a bugger move slow like that, save money.
Okay, stop.
Oh my goodness. So it's a Labor Day weekend. Oh my goodness. Anybody did anything out of the ordinary this past weekend?
I made a pa'u.
You made a pa'u.
Good for you.
Do tell.
It's only taken me a year to make it. I've had the material for a year from the halau, and it's my uniform pa'u, and I finally made it this weekend.
Wow. What spurned you to
Burned you?
spurned you to get the work to get it done? You've been having for a year.
I needed to get it done.
Oh, okay.
What?
My hula sister is saying, don't you have the fabric? Oh yeah, I've had it for a year. So they shamed me. They shamed me into it.
Oh, you made it was pahu by shame then.
Oh,
Okay.
you said shame. I thought that they shaved you. What?
Did too.
Wait a minute. Whoo, goodness. All right. Goodness.
I thought I was enunciating clearly, so you understand.
That's what I heard. I heard shave. I'm like, hey. Too much. Come on.
I
Oh,
want to start over the recording.
I know.
And it's a double one. So one color fabric sticks out 3 inches from the over fabric.
Uh-huh.
So you're literally making two.
Okay. So well, that's good to know, because when Stanley and Wiedemeyer make their pahu, they need to know that extra,
We're not telling anybody. We're not telling anybody. Nope.
Get
It's
the
a secret.
Get the over fabric for make the
Yeah.
other fabric for go
Yeah.
to the 2-1.
Yeah. You know what? We're going sideways. We're not going up and down. We're going sideways like
Yeah,
that.
sideways.
It's going to be the best like that, okay?
Yeah, like
Okay.
that.
And if you want to use palaka material for make the pahu, Stanford Tashiro knows exactly where you can get it.
Pro-Ridge Makai. Phase
Bro.
1, phase 2.
Over there.
Phase 3. Over there. Yeah. By the old pharaohs.
Goodness. So this weekend, Uncle Larry and Auntie Hetty ventured out to the football game where there was 60,000 people. What was that like, Uncle Larry?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Finally, UCLA put this stamp on the map. LSU was, don't forget, they were defending, they were
Ranked.
NCAA champions in 2019. They got a good team, but UCLA somehow decided to step up, and they beat them real good. It was a good game, but the LSU got a big following. They had a lot of people come from Louisiana to escape that hurricane, I guess, and come to the stadium. But we had a good time, and I'm glad we won. But UCLA might be back on a national stage.
Wow. Very good. Very good. So Auntie Hetty, what was that experience like? I mean, with the Ukupaila people and all the stuff going on and everything.
It was was interesting to see everybody with masks, you know, really. Um, and the LSU rooters were interspersed with the UCLA rooters, so it didn't really matter. Everybody was pretty friendly.
We had a good time.
Yeah, yeah. But it was good to be back in football, and it was good for UCLA to win because otherwise Uncle would be grousing today. But I was impressed with the line with the runner. Yeah, Charbonnet. He graduated actually from Oaks Christian, Michigan, but decided he would come back to California and play for
UCLA grabbed
UCLA.
him, yeah. Yeah, he played for Oaks Christian in high school, real good player. Michigan got him, but there's so many people you can play. They got so much depth there, so he knew he couldn't really play all the time because there were so many good other people. So he elected to get out of that program and come to UCLA, and UCLA grabbed him right away. And proved a real good runner.
And then they honored Terry Donahue.
Yeah, good.
And it was a really nice gesture.
Nice
at
tribute
the,
to him, yeah.
all of the supporters and family gathered at the goalpost and waved to everybody. But several of them were sitting by us in our section, old football players. So
played for him,
was
yeah.
good. It was good, like home week for them.
Yeah, he went to 8 years in a row. He went to a bowl game. That's an amazing statistic. 8 years in a row to qualify for a bowl game. So Terry Donahue was coach at UCLA. I always remember, you know.
Yeah. And I got complimented because when they play the Star Spangled Banner, I sing it loud and clear. And the fellow that was sitting in front of me, an older gentleman from LSU, he turned around and he said, "That was very nice." I said, "Thank you."
That's what you call participation, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
So it
Very
was a good game.
good. Anyone else, anything special you guys did? Anybody got out, go holo holo at all this past weekend? Venture out beyond the
House?
front gate?
Oh yeah, I went to the backyard, came back in though. It was too hot. A lot for me. That was a lot. I didn't want to get caught outside, so nope, come back inside. Oh no, too hot. Close the door, come back inside. So,
It was hot.
Yeah, it was really hot. So
Yeah, September is.
Yep.
Wicked.
Yeah. How about the Tashiros? Any
We went to Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner restaurant,
oh
and then
Is it still good? Is it still good, Rosie? Mrs. Knott's?
some was good. Some of the dishes were really good. Some of it was on the bland side.
Oh,
It was okay.
Still have that rhubarb?
rhubarb pie.
They do. They have like some kind of cherry rhubarb soup.
Oh God.
Yeah, but I don't care for rhubarb, so I had the chicken noodle
There
instead.
you go. Okay.
cherry rhubarb soup.
I know.
Yeah, it's this horrible. It looks like a bunch of. It looks like purple, and then a bunch of vines inside there. Oh, delicious! Get that away from me. Yeah, it's like no, I don't. Want
That rhubarb, yeah.
And
That's
so, yeah,
disgusting.
we primarily went for the fried chicken. Stan really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then then today I was making made gyoza and spring rolls.
Oh, I
okay.
saw.
Mm.
Looked really delicious. Was it, Rosie?
Good job.
It was very good.
You
So
So
had
the
that.
spring rolls was
And-
the deep fried or just with the rice paper?
Deep fried.
Deep fried.
So we started teaching the little one how to roll the spring rolls, and then Stan taught her how to assemble the gyoza.
Mm.
With the pleats,
With the meat.
Oh,
Oh,
Without the maker, the
without the press thing.
yeah.
the press.
Old school,
A
old
lot of
school
time.
way.
So even taught her how to separate the wrapper, the skins, the egg roll wrappers. From there,
That's cool.
all the steps.
So what about the filling for the gyoza? What did you use for filling, guys?
Use pork, cabbage, garlic, leaves, green onions, shiitake mushrooms.
Oh,
It works.
No water chestnuts inside.
Oh no, not in gyoza.
Okay. Wow. Nice.
I don't even know what that is.
oh, dumpling.
Oh, okay,
Japanese pot stickers.
Japanese pot stickers. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good. I know because in my younger days, I go to my auntie's house, my Korean aunties who make the manduya. And there's a very special balance between the tofu, the watercress, the bean sprouts, the garlic, and the pork hash. Yeah. And then in the later years, because they want to be more healthy, they would add turkey to the mix, right? Because they want to be more healthy, less the kind. And no more the taste with the turkey. You got to get that with the pork inside there, right? To make it.
Yeah, you can't beat pork, man.
Can't be pork. And then they got to squeeze all that in with the cheesecloth, squeeze out from the tofu, yeah, because you get all the liquid in the tofu. Squeeze them, because if not, when you throw them in for cooking, the waga just disintegrate, yeah. Yeah.
So then my in the upcoming weeks, my next project is gaoji.
Yes.
Ooh.
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 You know, that's
You're teasing us.
you know what, help me out with this. You know, the Chinese restaurants. I mean, back in the day, we never have Chinese restaurant. We had chop suey house. Yeah, it was always called chop suey. You know, makali chop suey, kanyohi chop suey, whatever. It was always chop suey. You don't find that being used very often up here. You don't see that. And back home, they have a few chop suey houses still, right? And you can. My dad loved the crispy gaoji men. And hard to find, even if I go to Chinese restaurants up over here, no more that crispy gaoji min is it, but only back home. Am I not looking at the right Chinese places or what?
No,
Right.
that kind of stuff. That's Hawaiian style Chinese food. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember one time went to a Chinese restaurant and I said, "You guys got gaoji?" And they're like, "What's that?"
Yeah, right.
What? Yeah.
Oh, that's a Hawaii thing.
Just like I asked him one time, I want some kayuk. Remember, it used to be the red belly pork, kayuk. However, when they got rid of the red dye number 2, the FDA said that's no good for you. So I come up here and I go to Chinese restaurants. I say, I want some kayuk. They look at me and they say, what are you talking about? So I guess it's something special to Hawaii.
Yeah.
From
No,
the
they got kaoyuk, but it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's not.
It is
You
different.
got to go to a Cantonese place,
Right.
and not-
Cantonese.
Okay.
but not all Cantonese places have it. There's a few that do like Hong Kong style. They sometimes have it, but it's brown.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah. I've
red.
seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, I remember the term on the window of the restaurant used to say American Chinese food, and we'll say Cantonese, because Cantonese was the one who supplied Hawaii. That was the first, But then later on through the years, I got out of the Air Force and I come to California. I still see Cantonese, but I see Szechuan and Peking, whatever, all the Hunan and all this different Chinese food. But in Hawaii, it was basically Cantonese.
But even with the Cantonese, it's from like a lot of the food was influenced by the Hokkien people. So they were the nomad type of people, and they go from region to region. And I remember talking to one of my friends who was Chinese from China, and we were in Hawaii. We went to a Chinese restaurant. He looks at the stuff and then he said, "This is like home cooking peasant food.
Yeah.
This isn't like restaurant kind of food."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, this is what we grew up with.
Yeah.
Tastes good."
Yeah.
Many of the assimilations, if you will, are of the different, even Asian foods and whatever. For instance, and I didn't realize, even I think we mentioned it in one of our conversations, meat jun. Meat jun, that we know what meat jun is. We when we go Hawaii, we order meat John and stuff. You go to a Korean restaurant over here, you order meat John.
Uncle John comes out from the back. Yo, what you want?
Yeah, what you want? Right? And even kuksu mandu. Right?
That's the
Kuksu
guy down the
mandu.
block. He throws cans in the back of his truck.
That's the
Put him
guy.
in the truck. Put him in the truck.
Who's
I
this
know
guy?
that guy.
Oh, you wouldn't ask
I
for
know that
kuksu mandu. Here he is.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Put him back.
seriously,
He drives the Toyota. Don't worry.
unless it's a restaurant that is cooking Hawaiian style Korean food or whatever's, but you go to a Korean restaurant, you ask for kuksu mandu, which is the noodles with the broth and also the dumplings, the mandu inside with the vegetables and stuff. No more. Yeah.
But there's no more cats around here. That's why.
It's amazing how food can become
Watch it.
so localized in a sense. We grew up in a certain part of the. I just can't understand it. But when I was in Hawaii as a kid, I grew up, and my dad used to always order Chinese food at the restaurants. And when I got older, I noticed that the Chinese food is more than Cantonese. Like I said, Szechuan and this and that. There's 5 or 6 basic regions of China, but I tell you something: the Hawaii food, whatever country it's from, Hawaii seems to make it better.
Tasty. Yeah. No
Well, I
question.
took my dad to France yesterday. We went to France.
But did you?
Yeah. We went to Jacques in the Box. He was there. He loved it. Absolutely loved that place.
But hey, Uncle Larry, if you want a recipe for kalyuk, I can give it to you.
Oh man, I used to love that belly pork with a ton of rice. I tell you, and it was red dye number 2, the one that FDA dissolved and said banned and said that's not good for you. Red dye number 2.
And you still
So
get
now
that.
I noticed the kalyuk is in brown or whatever. They don't have red dye, but in Hawaii was that red kalyuk. Oh, I used to love that with a ton of rice.
No, it's not number 2 anymore. They approved number 5.
Or just like Charlie Chan, huh? Number 1 son, number 2 son, number 3 son.
Now, what about, like you like make your own chasio, no brand,
Yeah.
in the package, you see it in the market, right? They have the chasio, the powder, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's the red, it's
Yeah,
got
it's
that
red.
that red inside there too, right?
Man.
So there must be number 5 in there then. Stan.
Must be.
Because if you look at the char siu that they sell here, it's more brown, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I remember I took Rosina and the little one to Chinatown, and you know how they get the places where they hang the meat and all that.
Yeah.
And I told Rosina, goes, that meat is just so red.
Yeah.
Hawaii had the blessing of seemed like all the foods in the world when they came together and come to Hawaii. Hawaii really made it where our taste as kids and growing up, it was excellent. One of the best recipes I got the recipe someplace from my mom, but it's a classic recipe: spaghetti and meatballs. I mean, it's Italian and American, but Hawaii had that certain flavor.
Maybe your mother's cooking.
It was the shoyu.
I'll show you inside.
No, a lot.
Talking about small kid time, we always used to try to steal everybody's fruit, right? Mango, lychee, whatever. Well, I used to hang out at St. John's Church, and they had a mango tree, lychee, longan, all the fruit trees. And I remember my friend Franny and I, we used to climb up the trees and eat the fruit. And the Father John would come out, and he said, "Stop that! You can't eat up that. We're going to sell it. We're going to sell that fruit." Anyway, one of them was the lychee. Well, the other day, one of my homana brought me some lychee. And I said, "Where did you get it?" And she said, "My son's tree." I said, "What do you mean your son's tree?" "In Artesia." She goes, "He has a big tree.
Yeah.
This is my 8th stop." She gave me this bag of red lychee full. I whacked it. I still have some. I peeled it all. I put it in a bowl. It's in the
Put
refrigerator.
them in the refrigerator when it's nice and cold. Oh my goodness, man.
But
Hey,
I
Auntie Hetty,
can't believe it.
Auntie Hetty, I'll trade you my kalyuk recipe for some lychee.
You know what I used to do with the fresh, or it wasn't fresh. it was out of a can lychee, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you take cream cheese and chop up macadamia nuts and you whip it
Oh,
into the cream cheese and stuff the lychee with that mixture
that?
of cream cheese, a little bit of lemon juice, right? So it's, you know, kind of a little tart yet kind of sweet inside the lychee. Chill them in the refrigerator and serve that, you know, as a little pop in the mouth when you have a little party like that. Oh my goodness. Oh no stuff.
as I was feeling and eating, I said to him, "Oh, this is just like I'm in heaven eating my lychee." I said, "Don't you want any?" He goes, "I never really liked it." I said, "Oh, good."
Yeah, lychee's okay, but I never really was crazy over it. But we used to have it. But anyway, my dad used to be like an expert on ordering Chinese food. So when we were kids, we used to go to a restaurant. And my two sisters, me and my mom and dad, 5 of us. And me and my dad would order the abalone soup with the greens in it, you know, which hard to find now. Abalone is rare, right? We'd start off with abalone soup, and he'd order the rest of the 4 or 5 different complimentary family style plates. But him and I were the only ones who had the salted duck egg on the side. Half of it, I would have half, he would have had a half. And oh, that salted duck egg complemented the food. You know, but my sisters and my mom, they really wasn't too swift on it. But my dad and I, he trained me on that. But that duck egg, I tell you, salted duck egg, oh, it really went good with the meal. Oh man.
Is it hard-boiled egg or?
Yeah, it's hard. It's
okay.
It's hard boiled and it's cut in half.
Like something raw that you gotta crack and.
No. It's not like balut, but anyway.
Yeah, balut. No, I don't think so.
But it's cut in half. My dad would have one half and he kind of trained me on that. He said, "Here, duck egg."
So that
really salty.
That 1,000-year-old egg that they say, and the salt egg, are those two different things? You know, they have like, is it what do they call them? One is called, and they got like dirt around it, right?
The black stuff around it.
Covered with whatever dirt or whatever.
I haven't seen that forever, but is that also how they make the salt egg? Anybody know about that? I never.
Salted
but I was in Chinatown, and I told the Chinese lady walking down Mauna Kea Street, I said, "I want salt egg." We're not going to eat right there, but she said $1. So she gave it to me. And
what she said, Uncle? What did she say?
$1.
Okay.
My dad cracked up, and so I gave her $1, and she gave me that salt egg, but it was covered with about 1/4 inch of brown stuff. I don't know what, like mud. But anyway,
yeah.
But it was a salt egg. But that you cannot beat with your meal of Chinese food. That really complements it.
Yeah.
So the 1,000-year-old egg is actually not cooked.
Oh,
I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to hear anything else. Nope.
They put in a heavy salted solution or something.
Yeah.
And then the salt permeates through the shell.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole thing. So the salted duck egg is like a hard-boiled egg, right?
Yes.
Right. It comes out like a hard boil.
Right.
But the 1,000-year-old egg is this brownish jelly where the white was, and then the yolk turns into like a jade green color.
okay.
God.
I'm with
And
Steph.
actually, at first I thought, but I was given it as a guest, and I'm the type that will just, okay, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
And I tasted it, and it's like, I had to like not get any perception or, like, I don't know, expectation. I just said, I'm gonna just try it with open mind. And I tasted it, and I'm like, oh, this is not bad. And I actually finished the thing, and all the host and their family was like looking at me like, oh, is he gonna like hurl or anything?
Yeah.
I ate the whole thing, and I said, oh, that's good. Can I have another one?
Yeah.
So there is a difference then, and
a
so
difference.
I did not know the difference between the two. So okay, so 1,000-year-old duck egg and salted egg is prepared differently, because you see that the salted duck egg is in this big glass bottle, right? Normally just floating in a salt brine Yeah.
So what's the purpose of 1,000-year-old egg?
It was a way of preserving.
It's a delicacy like.
It enhances,
That goes through like 7 generations before it's.
it
It's
enhances
not
the
a
taste.
1,000 years old. It's just called that.
It's just called
Because-
that, yeah. It
Yeah.
could be like 3 weeks old. You're just popping them in. So
And another
Goes down the
comment
same.
my dad would make when we would eat Chinese food. He would say at the end, "You gotta drink tea." And I said, "Why do Chinese like tea so much?" He said, and he made it real simple. You know, my dad went only to the 6th grade, but he had some street smarts. He said that hot tea cuts the grease. He was correct. When you drink that hot tea, it cuts the grease that you just ate, all the different greasy foods, you know. Amazing, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've traveled down all the way from the football game at the Rose Bowl down to some
You know
Palaka, by Palaka. We
That's Berry Farm.
turn left over there where the lychee tree is. Look up and there's Auntie Hetty up in the tree eating the lychee. Somebody saying get down from there. We drove down another block. We took a left turn and there was a store selling Palaka material there. And then we stopped and we got a phone call from Stan who said, "I don't want to eat that 1,000-year-old duck egg." And we said, "Okay, brah, it's all right." Uncle Larry said, "You don't want to eat that? I have a salt duck egg for you." And
the
one
old guy
thing,
the old guy with the truck with the cans. Come on,
old guy by the truck with the
you can't
can,
forget him.
and the Manapua man came walking past. There you go.
Napua. Peyao.
Manapua Pepeao. Let me
That was classic.
walk along with his stick with the cans
Yeah,
on both
yeah,
sides,
yeah.
right? He walking down there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that takes us back, man. That takes us back for sure.
Simple days.
Simple days. So, today I was laundry day. I was going through a bunch of laundry. Me and Kay going through a bunch of laundry. We haven't done it. It was busy this whole past week. So the laundry for us too was piling up. So we're doing laundry. And then we run up to the dryer. The house was hot and everything. And we're trying to stay cool with the dryer going. And I'm folding t-shirts, my t-shirts. Every day I wear at least 2 t-shirts. I sleep with one. I get up in the morning and take them off. I take a shower, put on the second t-shirt. End of the night, my 3rd t-shirt that flows over. So during the week, I probably get 10 to 15 t-shirts in the laundry, right? So now I'm folding the t-shirts and I get them nice and full. I'm going over there to the cabinet and I open them up and I realize
More room.
I have a hell of a lot of t-shirts. I have over 100 and something t-shirts, plus about 60 to 75, that's all short sleeve, 60 to 75 long sleeve shirts. I realized in my cabinet, I have my t-shirts color coded. So once I get all my black t-shirts, I get tons of black t-shirts. And then the other one, I get white t-shirts. And then I get the color core ones and I get the gray ones on top there. And then tank tops. I get choked tank tops on top of that. And then I get V-neck shirts that on top of that. I probably have about 200 altogether.
You only got two. You only got 2 BBDs. What's up?
Only
with
2
that?
BBDs.
Come on now. Come on now.
And one is puka. One is puka.
Oh yeah, that's for Friday. Yeah,
No, I sent that to Stanley.
that's Aloha Friday shows. Yeah, that's
That's for the Friday. That's for the baboons. I wait at Wednesday for the baboons crew.
why you got to stay arid. I'm telling you.
I gotta stay air.
Now we know why they don't wear any pants.
Now you know what I'm talking about. There you go.
See, there are certain perks about being on the porch. You find out these mysterious things about people. So I kind of made a semi-vow to say no more t-shirts. And if I get a t-shirt, one has gotta go. One has gotta go. One comes in, one gotta go. And I began realizing as I look at each t-shirt has a memory. Oh, I remember when I got this t-shirt. This was Uncle Roddy's San Dimas Ho'olaulea t-shirt 2016. Oh, look, here's 2015's Ho'olaulea. Look at this Tiki Beach Fest with the chief, with Chief Greg Tama out there. And I remember this one, I got this. Every t-shirt has a memory behind it, right? Oh, this long sleeve one with the big shark coming across. So this was a Christmas gift. Kay gave me a crazy shirt, so beautiful with the hammerhead shark on top and everything. Still sitting there, never even wore them one time 2 years ago.
The tags.
Still sitting there.
You get the
And
tags.
couple of tags. So for me, I have way too many T-shirts, and I won't even begin talking about baseball caps. I get
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get baseball caps up the yin yang. But one thing that I've decided that I need to put a cap on is my my T-shirts. So I'm just curious, what do you have way too much of that you really need to reduce the it or do something, because you got way too much, because you might get a call from Hoarders, the TV show, and talk about. So Tawila, what do you have so that you might be called out?
5,700 elephant statues.
How many?
5,700.
Who what?
5,000 5,700.
Wow.
Okay.
Dan can't even count that high.
I'm going to show you the first one that started the collection. Hold on.
OMG.
Grab a calculator. I cannot even see that by. Got it. 5,700. What happened?
Stanley, keep that calculator out, because when Tawila comes back, we're gonna have her bring.
Oh, she's not gonna bring everyone, right? I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, here we go.
Oh my.
Oh, it's Dumbo.
Dumbo.
When I was 4 years old, my grandma took me to the Chicago theater to see Dumbo. And they had novelties and everything. So she bought it for me. That started me loving elephants.
Dumbo.
Oh my goodness, 5,700 elephants.
Only way I know that's because when I was packing to move back to California, I counted them.
You didn't catalog all those?
Huh?
You didn't catalog all of them?
Not yet.
No?
And my parents, they'd see something from Bradford Exchange and ship me an elephant. There'd be a series of 12, and so over the year I'd get another 12 in, or I've got elephant lamps, I've got elephant T-shirts, beach towels, I've got luncheon plates that have, or dessert plates that have elephants on them.
I'm gonna put that calculator away now. Hang on. Go ahead. Too much for count. Go ahead.
A lot of our friends who didn't really know what to get us, and my husband collects elephants too. I started him in 71 with them. So he had about 50 of them because he wasn't the collector like I am. When we got married, we got all sorts of elephant things.
Okay, I have one solution on that to help you with it. The 5,700 elephants, you should all put them in a trunk and put them away.
Set them free. Oh, wait.
Stop. Okay.
I collect them in different materials.
Okay.
I have oyster shell, hemp,
Hemp.
There's
a hemp elephant?
Hemp.
A hemp elephant?
Yes.
Kevin, it's a hemp elephant.
Got lost in a fire.
Okay, never mind.
But the most unusual piece I have is a Burmese traveling salesman opium scale. And it's, the top on the thing with the scale dishes. And the weights go from 1 pound to 1 gram, and they're carved out of iron elephants. So when the opium salesman was selling his opium, you could buy a gram, you could buy, whatever. And he put that on the scale and then piled the opium on the other side and sell it. But a friend of mine was
I have questions.
And to get the hemp and the opium.
I have questions. I have so many questions right now. They're overflowing right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
He decided he wanted to bring me an elephant, and that was the most unusual thing he found was a traveling salesman's opium scale.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're going to put you down as 5,700 plus elephant themed items. You've got I would never have thought it. I would never have thought you would be. I just have got one thing to say on behalf of Standing Up. I am not an animal. I am not an animal. Okay, so if you don't know what that reference is, that was from Elephant Man.
Yes, we know.
Okay, all right. Swinging in the breeze over here is.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Swinging in the breeze behind Auntie Hetty is it seems like Uncle Larry is telling us about his Palaka collection now.
Match set.
Matches.
This shirt, Kamaka,
Yes.
is over 70 years old. And I kept it from my dad.
Wow.
After he passed, and when I went home and cleaned up the affairs and this and that, I looked at this shirt and I said, I gotta have this shirt. Occasionally I wear it. It's a little bit too small for me. One time I wore it to the club and the guy said, hey, bro, you wearing a shirt Holly style. You know, Holly had this shirt a little small. I said, yeah, I know, that was my dad's. But anyway, my dad was shrinking. But anyway, this shirt goes back to the 1950s.
What is
Yeah,
Uncle?
I'm not
Uncle
gonna
Larry,
get rid-
what is the label? Read me what it says on the label. I'm curious.
Oku. I don't have my glasses. What it says here.
It's Hoku.
HOKU.
HOKU. Made in Hawaii, USA.
Yay, not China now. Anyway, I had to keep this shirt in honor of my dad, you know.
Wow.
And then, see, this is the original colors. Remember Palaka? But then they came up with the red and white,
Yes.
green and white. But this blue and white is the plantation
Yeah.
regular, normal, standardized color.
All the real Portuguese wore the red because that's our color. That's our color. Always wear a red one.
Anyway,
Somehow you gotta wear a red because that's just the way it is. Those Makawa people come down from the mountain. Hey, bro, how you? And they're all punch mods. Oh, how's it? And they got the red on. So it's good.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go to the Nduha household over here, and let's talk about what kind of collections you get and what you have way too much of, and borderline. If I get any more, it's going to become an obsession or an addiction. I think once you pass 5,700,
You're addicted to something.
I don't think anybody can beat Camilla
I
on
don't think
that.
so. I don't think so.
I have too many crystal glasses.
Oh.
Too many glasses. I have bells, but not as many as the glasses. I have a bell collection also, and I have crystal candy dish collection. So all of my collections.
So these are not to be used. They're just there in the cabinet to look at. This is your collection. You don't use them.
At the fireplace mantle, all loaded with bells, you know. Like in my case, I got a bunch of T-shirts.
No, you got more paper crap.
Well, paper too, but the T-shirts. Every place we go, we get a T-shirt. And I said, I don't have time to wear all these T-shirts. I only got one body. But man, I got over 60, 70 T-shirts, man.
He got more than you. He's got
200, wow. I said,
That's hilarious.
anyway.
Well, if there's a fire, at least you got bells to ring. You can get the whole town up. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh man,
The Russians are coming, or whoever the heck, the ringers are coming. The ring. You always got that to go on. That's not a problem right there.
amazing what you can accumulate over the years. Though.
Right. And unfortunately, you don't realize how much you have until you have to move or something like that.
Oh man,
You go,
moving is hard.
OMG. Yeah. Okay. So we got T-shirts, we have crystal, and we have bells.
Elephants, yeah.
And we have elephants. Yes. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And so do you actively add to your collection at the Hetty if you see a crystal?
No, I've stopped that
You
because
stopped?
there's no room. There's no room to put anything, so that I've stopped.
Okay.
So I'm looking. Actually, I should get on Craigslist or something like that and find other collectors of bells, because I have Yadro bells. I have the Kegel bells.
You have jingle bells? You don't have jingle bells, do you?
I have jingle bells.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, but actually, my fetish are shoes.
Oh yeah, your size 3s. That's right.
The rule is because my closet is full, that if I buy a new pair, 2 pairs have to come out.
Ooh.
That never works.
So I sneak. I keep
Never
them in my car trunk.
Like I said, that never
Car
works.
trunk.
She's trying to catch up with. She's trying to catch up with Imelda Marcos.
This was the last elephants my dad bought me.
Aw.
Oh, sweet.
When my husband and I got married, he found this in a catalog on an airplane because he was traveling somewhere and ordered it.
Great.
So it's wooden. It's wood.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Showing your togetherness. Yeah.
Very nice. Cute.
Amazing.
Cute. All right. Wow. So shoes, we gotta add shoes on there, Mrs. Marcos. Yeah.
Zapatos.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So Nancy,
Yeah.
I know you. Nancy.
I haven't said a word and everyone bursts out laughing.
We know what's coming out of Kamaka's mouth.
No, I'm reading your thoughts, Nancy.
Nope. Go ahead, Nancy. Let her
Nancy,
go.
come on, girl.
Go ahead.
No, I
Ready
want
to
to
go.
know what you guys think.
I
You're all
can tell
laughing.
you right now, but I'll get in trouble. So go ahead.
Come on now. So Nancy,
Go ahead,
do you have a collection of any items, possessions that you have way too much, and you pretty much,
It's t-shirts for me too.
t-shirts?
I
Okay.
got hundreds and hundreds, and I put myself on a t-shirt diet. Every time someone goes to Hard Rock Cafe, I got a t-shirt. Every trip to Hawaii, I bought a t-shirt. Every concert, I got a t-shirt. Of course, there's all the C&K t-shirts. And you're right, they all have meaning. And I got them all together last summer, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna weed through these and throw some out. I could not throw them out. So I got to try again later and try and get rid of some, but yeah, they're
No.
good memories.
I have a friend of mine that passed away in Kauai about, 2013. In fact, this month in 2013, his name was Mike Young. He was an entertainer, prolific. He was a great surfer. He lived on Kauai, and he died of cancer. He had released, before he died, he had released an album, his second CD of great music. And he had a t-shirt with the cover of, on the t-shirt and stuff. And so to help him finance that, I said, hey, send me a t-shirt, and he had a thing. So I ordered a t-shirt, I paid him, PayPal, all that. And I got the t-shirt, I wear extra large. I got the t-shirt medium.
Oops.
Right. And I didn't have the heart to, because I just left. So I come across that t-shirt, a medium t-shirt, and Kate goes, you'll never be a medium size. You didn't get, right, Nancy?
It's a sentimental value.
Cannot throw that t-shirt away.
No.
And it's just taking those things there. It's like,
Especially since he died.
I know, right?
No, that would be hard.
Oh, man.
I know. I have one t-shirt. It was the first t-shirt I bought from Crazy Shirts. So that had to be in 76. I don't remember what the design is. It's got holes in it and everything, but I remember telling someone at a Crazy Shirt store that I had this because it was like one of their early designs that they had everywhere. And it was like the only design they had at the time. And they told me and this was years and years later. And they said, you still have that shirt? I said, yep. And I said, it's the most comfortable shirt in the world. And they said, if you turn that back in, they'd buy it from you.
Wow.
And, but I didn't have the heart to do that either.
Massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love my t-shirts.
And I got to be kind of for years before, I got to be kind of a t-shirt snob because I used to run a lot. I would run 5Ks, 10Ks. I'd run up to 10 marathons a year when I was in Hawaii, had a running club. And I would ask what color was the finisher's t-shirt. And if it was a color that I already had a lot of, you know, I don't bother. I would always base my runs on what color the finisher t-shirt was. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny.
Crazy. T-shirts, all right. Yeah, Crazy Shirts has some great shirts over the years, no question. They had some specialty. And my daughter, for a number of years, worked when she was going to college at Crazy Shirts, ohana. And so I got Crazy Shirts because she would always get discounts, right, off of shirts. And then right behind not Ward Warehouse, but Ward Center, there was a Crazy Shirt annex or like an outlet in the back. So
Oh,
she
yeah,
worked,
yeah.
right? So she worked there. So the t-shirts were already marked down, and then plus she got also employee discounts. So when I go back home, she go, Dad, I got a bunch of shirts for you. She have them hanging up in the back, and I could.
Well, you know, for a while they sold those the football jerseys that had the year on it.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
started with 75, and I don't know how far that went up, but every time I went over there, I'd buy one with a year on it, so I'd know what years I went over there. And then they quit making those, so it was probably a good thing for me. But yeah, I had to buy all those too. So, and I got every size, depending on how much weight I gained or lost.
Well, but
I got everything from small to extra large to 2X, back down to medium, back down to small.
I think one design
But they
from
were well made and they were very good
yes,
quality.
they last a long
Yeah.
time, man.
That's a long time.
One
Yeah.
design from Crazy Shirts that I wouldn't touch with it. Remember they did the cats, the
Oh.
Taliban.
They're doing them again, or still doing them, or
Are they
something.
the Caliban, not Taliban, the
Taliban.
Taliban,
Taliban.
Taliban cats. But it was K-A-L-I,
Or
right?
something like that.
K-A-L-I.
K-L-I-B-A-N.
Yeah, Taliban. I never could get into those cats. My daughter would say, "You want?" No, I don't want to wear cats, man.
Yeah, they brought them back.
Wow. All right, Nancy t-shirts, Crazy Shirts. Oh my goodness. That's cool here now. How about Tashiro's over here? You guys, what kind of collections you guys got?
When I was single, my favorite pastime was hitting the bookstore. So I had all these books, you know, and I found it very, very difficult to part with any of them when I moved out of my parents' house. I just boxed them and moved them to the apartment, and then from the apartment to then when we bought the house, and then I put them all. We bought the Billy bookcases from IKEA, and we set up a room as a library, and it was almost not enough. But then I got pregnant, and then I had to tear down the library wall.
Oh,
And I reboxed up my books, and they're still in the garage.
Oh,
man.
So, books.
You want some more?
I,
You want some more?
I don't buy as many anymore, but I find it extremely difficult to part with books. And to top it all off now, the little one has picked up reading, which I'm so happy for. And I tell her, if you read it, I'll buy it for you, right? And so she goes, "Mommy, I need the next book." So I'll go ahead and order it for her, and then she reads that one, and the next one. Next thing you know, she's through several series of books. So she's starting her book collection now too.
wow.
So I have a lot of books.
I used to have a lot of books. I donated them to the Friends of the Library for their book sales. Because I mean, it just got overwhelming, the books. So I just keep I still have my collection of 1700 books, from the year 1700. I have about 20 books from the 1700s, first editions.
Wow.
You never power readed them yet. You never power readed them yet.
No. But the rest of it, I gave back, not gave, but yeah, I donated it back to the Friends of the Library.
Oh yeah. See, mine are just paperbacks. I enjoyed the series
You
or
enjoy it,
like
yeah.
author.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I can't give these away. What if I want to read it again? But I haven't touched it because it's been in the garage for 11 plus years, so.
Yeah.
Well, let your daughter go through them. Maybe she wants to read them.
Yeah. See? You never know.
No. These
Yeah,
are
we know why. Never mind.
No.
She's got her own mystery.
Enough said. Next.
I just boxed up 5 boxes of books. You want to send up to your garage?
Oh my.
I have my mother's collection of Reader's Digest. She started my grandma on them when they first came out. And mom passed December 2013, and that's the last one I have. But dad built a library for her upstairs of all these Reader Digest books, the condensed books.
My grandmother always read those too.
Because once you subscribe, they send it to you, right? Automatically. You don't have to order. They just keep coming. I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I get around to it, I'm going to be boxing up boxes of them and take them to the senior citizen resident places around here.
Yeah, my mom
Not
subscribed.
all of them are Alzheimer care, but they're
Sure.
assisted living. That's the word I'm looking for. And they can use it. They can read them.
My mom was a subscriber that just brought me back with Reader's Digest. They would send her, and she would read them through and then put them in a box and stuff. And once when she had passed away, my brother and I were at the house. We were going through. We got these boxes. Now open them up, and there were like maybe 7, 8, maybe 10 boxes of these hardcover Reader's Digest, but the termites had got through them. They just drilled through them all, man. And you open them up, and and it was all destroyed, but it was destroyed by termites. And Hawaii is so, right? Termites is huge over there. I don't know about here. I don't hear about termites very much here. I guess they have them, but back home it's like, wow, all over.
I love that damn weather.
Yeah. What about you, Stanford?
For Stan, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, for a while, it was all these magazines for like cooking, like Bon Appetit and all that. And then it got to a point where I wasn't keeping up. And then I would just go through it and tear out what I thought was interesting and then throw the rest of them away. So finally, no, I still got some that is piled up in a corner that I haven't gone through. But I found that most of the stuff, I had a subscription and I stopped because after a while I was like, I'm not interested in any of these recipes. And so maybe out of like 5 worth of magazines, maybe I got like 4 recipes that I liked. And so I stopped subscribing because I thought it was just a waste.
Yeah. I used to get Bon Appetit, Epicurious, and food and what is it?
So there.
And food and wine.
Food and
Yeah,
wine. I used to subscribe to 3 of those, but you're right. After a while, it was like, this is not quite what I'm looking for, but it was interesting to read about, for a while. But yeah.
I think Kevin fell down. Hang on.
With Bon Appetit, what used to like really piss me off was when they try to cook Asian food, and I looked at how they do it. No.
Okay, hold up right now. Hold up. I think Wiedemeyer fell over. Wiedemeyer, are you okay?
I don't know. I think he threw the phone or the dog knocked the phone down. Or trying to figure out what angle that is. So I don't know.
He disappeared, yeah.
Wiedemeyer, you okay?
He fell in that black hole over there at the house. So hang on a minute. He'll be coming back
Slipping
around.
and a sliding.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh goodness. All right. I guess he'll come back. I hope he didn't faint or anything.
Maybe he had to run to that.
Maybe Tuila went over to help him. Look, okay.
But
For 18 months, he couldn't hold it anymore. He had to go to the bathroom.
But something, what's really amazing is through my lifetime, I see that reading in the old-fashioned way and writing letters is a lost art. Amazing what has happened in the last 60, 70 years, you know. But I remember writing a letter when I was in the Air Force. I used to write home, of course, and it's just a lost art in a sense. But, you know, technology has
Kevin's
taken over.
back.
Kevin, you all right?
Kevin, you okay?
I
There
think
you go,
I'm-
Chichi.
We didn't ask why. Just yes or no is good. You okay?
He had to go CC already. He had to go bad. That's why he had to go.
I had to go
Much,
back.
much better now.
Oh, man.
I love this.
Smiling more.
Oh, oh my.
Everything came out okay?
He was squeezing too hard. He had to go. That's it. I'm done.
That was it. You guys on
Kevin,
hold.
Kevin, just remember, this too shall pass. Okay, so, oh, my face saw you guys. Oh my God, you guys.
Laughing too
Oh.
much.
Oh,
Yeah, memories, man. But back in the 50s, when I was a young kid, my mom was an avid reader, Reader's Digest, and I would read an article, one of the feature articles, whatever. But that magazine was tops, I tell you that. They always had an interesting article. I don't know if it came out.
Condensed books. were
Yeah.
Right,
excellent.
great bathroom reading.
That's where Kevin went when he thought.
I go check the collection.
but you know, Uncle Larry, you have a point, and Rosie, you mentioned just a few minutes ago, where little one said, you know, she wanted to read, and you got real excited about that. I remember when I was working with Verizon GTE, and as part of the management team hiring people, and back in the day, they were actually writing their applications, you know, and their references on an actual piece of paper. They would come in, and this is before you could do everything online. And I would look at the atrocious penmanship of these young people that would come in. I couldn't read it. I go, what the heck? What language is this? Horrible, 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 right? And I think, Uncle Larry, a lot of it had to do with so much word processing and that the actual writing and the penmanship had gone out the window because you know, we learned cursive and we learned
Cursive, yeah, remember
right,
that
all of
term,
that, right?
cursive?
But now it was all this, and then you print up whatever you want. So a
Amazing.
lot of the penmanship had gone out the window. The second part was, to Rosie's thought, is that very few kids, and I might be broad stroking, but it was all either on e-readers or not reading at all, would pick up an actual hard copy of a book and actually read the book, or go, you know, to a Lara. You ask a kid, what's a Dewey Decimal System? Yeah, anti-heady, right? You ask a kid right now, an average millennial, you ask them, what is the Dewey Decimal
Yeah,
System?
right,
And they're going to think you're thinking about some mathematical equation or something, right?
Oh.
But
Do
we
they
know-
still have that in the library?
How many of us remember, you go through the drawers, man, you know,
Yeah, the card catalog.
Oh, yeah.
catalog, and then you, on a little piece of paper, you write down the number, and that's how you go find
Yeah.
the book. You don't Google
Amazing.
it. You don't Google it in the
Yeah.
library. That was the Google right there, man.
And it really worked, but no way today that will work with the kind of volume we have. The world has expanded so much. The Dewey Decimal System just got passed by, you know, just outmoded. Yeah, I remember the Dewey. I asked Haiti when we first got together again, and I found out she was a librarian. I said, you remember the Dewey Decimal System? She said, that's far gone already. We got a new system. Oh, man.
So
You know-
it's been replaced with what?
The Franklin decimal system.
Franklin Decimal.
Yeah. Dewey went out the door. Franklin came inside. That's it.
Well,
Wow.
Dewey, Huey, and Louie, those were
That's what I
ducks.
told you.
Yeah.
See? I told you that. Yeah. But they got the ugly brother, Franklin. He took over.
Franklin.
Yeah.
But
Stanford.
you know, they don't even teach cursive anymore.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like trying to figure out, okay, so when my daughter gets older and she has to put her signature, how she's supposed to do that if she don't know cursive, right?
Electronic signatures.
Yeah.
DocuSign.
Thing.
DocuSign.
So
DocuSign.
little by little, we've been teaching her cursive.
Yeah. That's
Good.
good to know.
Talking about teaching somebody about cursing, Wiedemeyer.
Little curse, yeah. But I can teach you a lot.
Wiedemeyer, what kind of, how do you like that transition there? we-
That was smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley is here. How come me? No.
Wiedemeyer, what kind of collection do you have? Did you have way too many that you need to either diminish the size of it or do something about it?
Well, collection wise, I got a lot of crap that I need to get rid of.
You have crap. Okay.
Everything under the sun.
Shoot.
I go make a note over here. Wiedemeyer crap. Is that with a K, with a silent E on the end, or what? Crap.
Rosie's talking about books. I got books and books. I've been boxing. My ex was a librarian. She left them all. She left them all, like a whole room full of books. So I'm getting rid of that one. But collecting wise, at work, school buses, right? To start it off, I just shelf on my office, like school buses up there, little toy school buses. And then people started bringing me school buses. Just, it's like, oh, look, you don't have this one, add it to the shelf. So then I had 2 shelves of school buses. More people bring me. Then I had one whole bookcase of school buses. So I got maybe 200 toy school buses, all different kinds.
Can you go get one school bus so that we can, do you have one handy? We can look at one of your school buses?
It's in the room. I can go get you one. But you can Google a school bus. It's yellow. It's on the side.
Lazy bugger.
The windows,
Never mind. Never mind. Wheeler went show off her elephants. I figure you like show off your butt. Never mind. Never mind.
Just bring the short one. The short bus.
Hey, look, on my shirt, get them on top even. Look.
Oh, bro.
Even in the back. Look, I get school buses on my back. Shoot, I got so much stuff. I don't know what to do with them. People just keep bringing them to me, and it's like,
There is something technical I'd like to add to that school bus thing. And this is very true. It's technical. Ready, Kevin?
Yeah, go for
You
it.
probably noticed there's 3 lines on the bus. You know that, right?
Yes.
Going across, right, of the bus.
Yes.
The bottom line is the
Back
floor
one.
top. The middle line is where the children stay.
Okay.
And the top line is where the top should be. So when the firefighters go in to say cut a line through it, they know exactly where the school is, where they can go down and up onto the track.
Yes.
Yeah, the middle one is actually the floorboard.
Floorboard, right?
Floorboard.
The next one on the top is like between the
Your
window frame.
height of the chair, right? Yep.
Good one.
Because the fireman, they kind of cut through a bus too easy because they got so much rails inside, so much
Right.
protection. They
Like
kind
a
of
crash zone, yeah.
You're gonna hit too many kind of beams and stuff, so they kind of the frame.
Can't
They
cut
gotta
through
go in the right
Interesting.
spots. But yeah, you're right. You're right, bro. Hey, how you know about school buses?
Hey.
Homes.
Hey,
Go
I
on.
rode on. That's real kind uncle, so don't worry.
They had Gomes school buses back home. That's your family.
They
That
still do.
Gomes school buses.
He's
They're
still
drawn
running
by
them.
horses.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, so Kevin get a whole collection of school buses. All
School
right.
buses.
Home school bus for field trips, but I get boots, I get rocks, I got lots of rocks around here too, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
still
I
get 'em.
figured, I figured you had a bunch of rocks.
Rocks.
Yeah, those two, but school buses is the only thing I really collected for a while.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Stanford, I didn't get, what was it that you were collecting? You said, I'm trying to remember now.
Magazine.
Stanford, you had
It used to be cooking magazines.
right, but currently
Nothing. Well, maybe
Why? No.
like fishing poles.
Fishing.
fishing poles.
I was gonna say that fishing.
Fishing poles. Okay. All right.
Get rid of them.
You cannot get rid of your fishing poles. They're all
Well, maybe some I need to because they're old, but they're my father-in-law's poles.
sentimental. You don't want
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might just refurbish it and then put new reels and use it for, I don't know. I haven't gone saltwater fishing, so those were saltwater gear. So I think I'm gonna clean it up and put new reels and put it back to you.
Wow. Okay. All right. And that's something that
There he
Kevin
goes.
wants to play. Hang on. Kevin wants to play. Hang on.
Kevin wants to play now.
Kevin wants to play.
Kevin wants to play.
He's gonna play with his toys. Hang on a minute.
Get him. Kamaka says he likes to see what a school bus is. Never like, no.
Cute.
Okay, Kamaka, this is a school bus. They are yellow. They get wheels on the side. This is one bigger school bus, Kamaka. See one bigger one.
All right.
Oh, boy.
This kind, discontinued type school bus. Discontinued. No more this kind. Oh, and the one for the dog.
Oh, that's
I like that one. That's my favorite.
That's
See the little
cute.
stop on the sign on the side.
Yeah,
See the little
yeah.
sign. Stop
That's
when it
for the
come out, right?
handicapped
No
children.
pass.
okay.
No pass, right?
Oh.
The stop when you come out.
That,
No
yeah, that's
pass.
the size for the handicapped children.
Oh.
That's the kind of school bus.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's a smaller bus. We don't have handicap buses.
Got
We
it.
don't have handicap buses. If any kind of people. So,
Perfect.
watch you on this bus, so it's not handicapped. Well, how many more buses you like to see come up? I guess some more I can carry right now.
Well, thank you, Kevin. That was good. That was
Hey, look,
good.
the one get a clock inside, so I can know what time it is. Batteries.
Oh,
But no more batteries.
It'll be correct 2 times a
2 times a day is correct.
oh my gosh.
Okay.
I forgot who I was talking to. Forgot who I was talking to several months ago. We are talking about something like this, and he was talking about how many ukuleles he has.
Oh
Was it-
yeah.
Was it Kamaki? I don't know if it was Kamaki. I forget. It was one of
Yeah,
the
Kamaki.
Kamaki, right? And I think Consuelo was saying, don't even
Don't
mention,
go there.
don't go, because every time they travel, you know, he stops in.
This is not a school bus. This is not a school bus.
But Kamaki is when she goes, oh, I don't know if he had 20 or 30 of them or whatever. So he had a bunch of ukuleles hanging all over the place as well. So there's a ukulele. How many ukuleles do you have there, Stanford? Louis, when you got to look up and think,
3.
oh, you have 3
Yeah.
that you know of. You must have others hiding around
He ain't
somewhere.
saying it. He can't
Guitars.
say it right next to his wife. Come on.
And you
Jeez.
get guitars.
I have 2.
Is that true, Rosie?
Yeah, he has 2 guitars, but he has like a 3 bass, 3
3 basses.
No, 4 basses.
Right, 4.
4 basses, 3 ukuleles, 2 guitars,
9. So
And a hair tree.
1 trumpet.
Oh, a trumpet. Okay.
you got 9 stringed instruments plus a trumpet at your house there. Yeah.
I need more.
Kevin is still going with his
Now he's got a battery operated one.
School bus flashlight.
Flashlight.
When the flashlight, the lights come on like a flashlight. Again, no more batteries. Somebody just sit on itself. They come up. You want to know school buses? Okay. Oh, school bus keychain because you need key for school bus. What else I get?
Oh gosh.
School bus card holder. So you like put your cards in the card holder. The school bus card holder.
oh my goodness.
You got really unique ones.
5,000.
Oh.
And
Okay,
so
I'm done.
I try to limit Stan with
Uh-huh.
his, because it's an expensive love, right? Even more so than me. His love of musical instruments, and it's like, well, if you don't already have it, like he has a travel ukulele, and then he has the good ukulele, and then that type of thing. So if he already has one, he can't buy another one of it, right? So that's why, we try to be smart about our purchases.
I was
Are there different types of ukulele, like tenor and soprano and things like that for the tone?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need one of each of those.
There you go, Auntie. Add the fire, Auntie. Go ahead.
No, I need an ukulele with different kind of woods.
Right. There you go. Sure. Yeah. Add the fire again. Go ahead. It's okay. No problem at all.
So I was
And you
talking to
can
some
never
of
get
these.
too many bases.
I was talking to some of these slack key players, right? Like Patrick Lendeza, Kimo West. And when they're doing a show and they're playing a variety of different slack key tunes, the slack key songs are in different keys. And so what they don't want to do is if they're playing one guitar and they're playing key ho'alu in a certain key, and the next song they want to play is in a different key, they got to retune, or put a couple or whatever. So they like to have 2 or 3 other guitars that are already tuned so that when they play a song, a couple of songs in that key, so they would want to have a 2 or 3 or 4, right? Different guitars that are tuned to a particular bunch of songs and stuff, I was going, wow, man,
Yeah, unfortunately, ukulele has the same tuning.
yeah. All right, Kevin, thank you for that trip down Bus Lane. That was good,
Bus Lane, yeah.
Kevin.
You like see some more?
No, it's okay.
I think
You opened up a keg of worms. First, he didn't want to show any, and now he's can't wait for you to see the whole collection.
You made me get up out of my seat. That'll make it word on.
He
Thank
gonna
you,
play
Kevin.
He gonna play on the couch now. You watch.
oh,
He gonna start
man.
playing on the couch.
So Mr. Stanley,
This is what I got at work.
It's okay.
okay. Stanley Gomes, I think the most obvious thing about your collection, as we've known, is you build a number of airplanes, and you've done submarines over the years and stuff. You have quite a collection yourself, must be, huh?
Well, in this room, from the ceiling, probably about 75, and I've got about, I don't know how many more on the walls that are just going crazy right now. I've got about maybe another 75 on the walls, which is probably going down to about 0 with the room. My cabinet that I have all my models that I buy from guys that just don't want them anymore. I've probably got about 150 in there. I mean, somewhere from this little egg, which is an almond, which I have no idea. They make almonds this small. And I don't know if this is that anime stuff or whatever's. But hang on now. There you go. It's an... hang on. Let's put the light up there, Stan. There you go. It's an almond.
Oh my God.
Armored almond. Ah, jeez. It's an 8A. So,
Wow.
yeah. I don't even build these, but okay. I'll take that. And then I've got as small as this little guy right here, which is a little bit too small for me. So it doesn't even fit in my hands. So that's small. But yeah, I've been doing that for a while. I have like 3 collections. My Hot Wheel collection, which is, every kid has a Hot Wheel. Well, mine is only Mustangs. All die-cast Mustangs, anywhere from large scale, from the dealers down to small scale for trains. Well, that's a 3500 right now. That's all die-cast. And I don't, only Mustangs, nothing else, no tow trucks, no nothing, just Mustangs. So that's that one. And then of course, there's trains. My train is just 2 boxes of huge boxes of trains. All trains. So that's my collection now. So
You need school buses.
no school buses. Oh, no school buses.
I get 2 of the same.
No.
Same. I can get rid of one.
In fact, today we were out in the patio building a paint box, so I could put the model in there and start shooting it, and have the fumes go outside the house without staying inside the patio and accumulating and me passing out or something like that. So we just work on that today, because we have paint that is very highly flammable and it's very toxic. So this got to wear my mask, and we don't want this stain in the house. So we're gonna shoot that out the back door. and go in the atmosphere. By the time it gets from the paint booth out to outside, it's gone already. So we'll be doing that.
So do you have the very first, can you remember the very first model that you built?
Actually,
Just curious.
do. I don't want to be like Kevin, but I do. It was a P40, and it was made out of balsa wood, actually.
Okay.
And I had to cover it with fabric. I had to dope the fabric, then heat the fabric. And I never knew how to do that before. So this guy that lived next to us at another house, he was a World War II ace or something like that. Not an ace, but he had that many kills to be an ace. And then he was with the Flying Tigers before that. Nice guy, real nice guy. He brought this stuff down from the garage and, can you build this? And it'd be really nice to see it. Okay. And didn't know what I was doing because I was small. And I went, wow, it's an actual airplane with balsa. Never done one with balsa. So that's the kind you got to put the plans on a table. And then either you put glass on the top so you don't get them all glued up. And then you got to measure the balsa and then pin it. And took me about 3 months to do that.
Wow.
It turned out okay. It wasn't, a work of art, but it was decent for me. And brought it over to the guy and I gave it to the guy. And I thought he was crying. I'm like, hey, it's okay. No big deal. And so he loved that, and that was one of the last times I talked to him, and he passed away, so it was kind of cool that he got that. So, and then the submarine that I built, maybe, I don't know if you remember the submarine I built.
Yeah.
We gave it to the other guy, my buddy, to give to his dad. His dad was 90, and he was supposed to film it, but I guess his camera ran out of film or something like that, or battery, and he was taking pictures, and the dad got the submarine, and he held it like this, and it's what his face is like lit up. And I was like, well, that's all I need right there. That's enough for me right there.
Sure.
But, yeah.
Wow.
Now I'm building stuff like this Corvette is I don't build Chevrolets too much. So that Corvette is next. That's going to be painted orange because that's what they wanted. And then this Chevelle, which I don't build Chevelles anymore either, is going to be painted orange. But if you can see, you got stripes on it. You got a hard top, which is going to be all orange. It's going to be all, take off the chrome. All the chrome pieces are going to be blacked out. There's a red wall, it's called, on the tires. I'm going to flip the tire around and get new rims to match his car. And he has a classic car. So that one's going to be not next, but in line. And that's called Sebring Orange is what he wants it on because that's his actual car.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I also, last part, I missed out. They had a drawing over at Palm Springs Air Museum. And there was over 200 people that put models in to be in a showcase. Well, I didn't put it in because I didn't know about it. But one of the docents that were there is a good friend with my Mustang Club. And he put it in there for me. Well, it went from 200 down to 150 down to 4. And I was one of the 4. I got beat out by a lady that actually paints models. But she also does hand painting. It's called, what's it called? Not crayon. What's that called? It's like a can't remember.
Calligraphy?
No, it's not paint by numbers. It's charcoal. It's charcoal paint.
Okay.
They do like outlines, but they didn't say I could do that. Well, I don't know how to do that, so she won. Basically, I'm like, okay, second place not too bad. So, but I didn't get that, but that's okay. I wasn't disappointed. So, to go that far from 300 down to 4 is I'll take it. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, Stanley and Wiedemeyer, you guys should do a show together. You got trains and planes and school buses. You guys could do quite a
Planes and automobiles. What is it? What was that movie?
Yeah, that was it.
On the train.
Automobiles.
So, yep.
yeah.
So, but that's my passion. That's what I love to do. It takes my time because I can't go anywhere with the COVID thing. So, what's next? Build another model. Okay, take a box and go, this looks hard. And like halfway through, like, this is even hard. Come on. And we're just shooting through them right now. This is the last one that I built. You're getting a preview shot of it. And that's the old Starfighter from way back. It's kind of cool to build because I'd never seen one before.
Wow.
I'd never seen one in hobby form. So I got this from a collector that didn't want it. Send it my way. And it came from Nebraska. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that's almost done. That's on its way to dry. So, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Wow. What on this on the porch? What a wide collection of little passions that we have, right? From crystal to bells to elephants, to t-shirts, books, and my goodness,
Don't forget
amazing.
the crab.
The crabs? Somebody?
Crab.
Crabs. Who got crabs? What? You said crabs. You get crab. Kevin, you get crabs. Oh, wow, you got crabs. Kevin, you get crabs. Man said something about crabs. What?
You guys,
Oh, Kamaga.
I can't take you guys anywhere, man. I cannot take you guys anywhere. Auntie Hetty,
I get lobsters.
don't encourage him, Auntie Hetty. Don't encourage him, please. Uncle Larry, you gotta watch out for it. Oh man.
Yeah, you never know. But going back with Stan,
Because Auntie Hetty's got her slipper right there.
Size 2. Don't worry.
going back with Stan and all these models, I'm sure he remembers this one. My favorite airplane when I was a little boy, from 1943, 44, the war wasn't quite ended, was the B-24 Liberator.
Oh, yeah.
I just loved that airplane. It had that triple tail, and he had a badass nose, and he was one of America's mainstays before the B-29 came out, The B-24 Liberator. I loved that name, too. When I heard Liberator, in my little heart, I knew we were going to win the war.
Wow. So was that a fighter plane?
No, there was a bomber, 4-engine bomber, B-24.
Bomber, wow.
It was lumbering, but it did the job. Flew about 250 miles an hour, but I had a beautiful model of it, and everybody complimented me. My uncle helped me build it, and it helped. It was a mainstay of our Air Force as far as the bomber. This is before the famous B-29 came out back in
The
'44.
Army Air Corps used those in like Libya, down in that
Yeah.
way.
And I love the name, Stan. B-24 Liberator.
Liberator, yeah.
So those guys must have been real high altitude airplanes then. I mean, right? Because if
But
they were,
but they weren't pressurized though.
Yeah, the
Some of them weren't
B-29
pressurized.
the B-29 came out pressurized.
Right.
Where they could fly real high. You notice the old movies like the B-17, Gregory Peck and 1 O'Clock High.
I've got
12
the
O'Clock
mask.
High,
That's
rather.
right.
They had they had the mask on where they had to go fly high because over 10, 11, 12,000 feet,
Right.
you got to be on oxygen because the airplanes were not pressurized.
Right.
But the B-29, they could go to 35,000 easy because it was pressurized.
Fully
Sure.
The
pressurized.
fuselage was pressurized to a lower altitude when they adjusted in the cabin was adjusted to a lower altitude.
because they
So
weren't
therefore-
moving very fast either, right? I mean,
Well, these big 4 engines but the B-29 was over 300 miles an hour. In those days, don't forget now, go back to the Civil War.
Yeah.
We didn't have jets, okay?
Right.
right. But I
The
mean, because they were
B-29
bombers, they still, couldn't really fly low because they would be
Yeah,
targets.
they were lumbering. But the B-24, I love that airplane, but it was the last of the generation, like before they came to the pressurized, like the B-29, where the the crew didn't have to have oxygen masks when they flew real high.
Wow.
All those air bottles that they used for the O2 had to be checked before every single flight and redone after every single flight. That's what took so long for turnaround time. Because they had to do that. They had to refuel. They had to get the armament, restock on everything in there. So, and you can't just go up in like t-shirt and, you got to go up in boots, leather pants, leather jacket, scarf, full pullover, everything in there. Because it get cold up there. And
You know
there's
who
no-
looks good in his leather pants and his bus is Wiedemeyer. You've never seen Wiedemeyer.
Handsome young man. let me tell you.
Handsome.
what. With his
And
yellow school bus, get out of the way.
All those buses are pressurized too. I
I'm
mean,
telling you.
yeah, every single one. You guys. All right, time for take picture. You guys. Oh my goodness, what a fun!
Hey, did it went fast.
What a fun evening. My goodness, look at that. The time has gone by so the kind already. Okay, on a count of three, you guys. On a count of three, Kevin Wiedemeyer is holding up his bus. Okay, count of three. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Oh my goodness. This has been just a fun outing here on a Labor Day weekend. on the porch with all the ohana here. Mahalo, everybody. You guys have a great rest of your week. By the way, we do have a good fun Babu's crew coming up with all kinds of shenanigans. And my goodness, I don't have her name because I just talked to her today for Friday, Aloha Friday. Oh, shame on you, Kamaka. Where are you? I don't have it in front of me. I'm going to get lickings.
Facebook.
Her name is Leo Linda. Leo Linda is her name. She is ohana to Rolanda Reese, Kumu Rolanda Reese. And she is an akamai wahine in Hawaii in the healthcare industry. And she has a nonprofit called Hilo Pa'a, Family to Family. And her nonprofit has been helping families and children with disabilities, marginalized folks with healthcare issues, and a real interesting conversation, some things that can share with us, even us living here, stateside with the healthcare program and through COVID and all that. So looking forward to that. Going to be real interesting this coming Friday on our Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Islands, a network with Leo Linda on healthcare. Really, really good. All right, everybody. Mahalo. You guys take care. God bless you all. And we'll see you soon. Aloha. Aloha, Kevin.
My family has been able to move back into their house in New Orleans.
Aloha, Ohana. Good day, Tashiros.
They finally got electricity.